So this question about homelessness keeps coming up. There are people who choose to be small, and I responded to this gentleman in the comments, and I put, yes, the United States Navy are living small on a ship for 6 months at a time during deployment. When they come back, they have to have a place to live. If the government does not have barracks suitable for soldiers, the government will house the soldiers in local hotels under a contract they have with the hotel. It was a hotel at an extended stay I was going to stay at, but they were charging $4,000 per month, and it was a government contract hotel. Most of the hotels in the area where I'm at are new because the community is being built to move further back away from the ocean. All the property is being built in the swamp, on swampland, where they dig out a bunch of canals, drain water off, they dredge, pile up the sea rot, let it dry out, and use that for raised dirt landfill to build houses on. Originally, they had a 20-year plan for moving back inland from the ocean. They have changed it to a 10-year plan because all the developing and building 40 to 60 miles inland is flooding out the existing tourism towns closest to the ocean. Because they built so much so fast, the flooding is happening faster and more aggressive. They took down a bunch of trees. They also have all the lagoons. Now the trees' roots absorb, and so when you take the trees out, there's nothing to absorb the water, and so it makes the flooding worse. The lagoons will need dredged in the home association properties, and there is a lot of lagoons, but they're passing the costs off. I didn't even write, oh, I did too write that, but the costs are passed off to the homeowners. The South and the USA, with tourism and old folks who bought into condos in Florida, timeshares, are regretting it right now. I've talked to a lot of them. They are regretting it, absolutely. With inflation, they are being priced out of an affordable place to live. Most single women in the USA are struggling, and they have no family to rely on. I know men are struggling too. I hear it, but they are a little bit more reserved when it comes to talking about things. Maybe it's that sense of pride of being beat down, and they find it a little harder to talk about because that does hurt a man's ego. Gosh, I kind of saw that a little bit even maybe with my dad, because he was always telling me when times were tough to keep a stiff upper lip. He held a lot of things in, but there was one time, oh my gosh, when it was during my YouTube years, he broke down and he cried and cried like a baby. I'd never in my life heard my dad cry like that before. And it was kind of good to actually hear him, that he had that in him to cry because he cared about me.